Hello everyone and welcome to my hardcore investment guide. In this guide I'll be talking about many different things I will invest into as I'm also leveling up my own character. It will be low but also higher level items. I did this back in original classic and had a massive success. This time around I believe the market will be a lot different when it's going to be on a hardcore server. But I'm looking forward to analyze the market and also come up with new strategies. Anyway, enjoy this video. The first material I'm going to highlight is the light feather. This you can collect whenever you kill different birds in the game. At the beginning, when there's a ton of people leveling, there will also be plenty of these on the auction house, and usually this sells for pretty much the same as the winter price. Then later on, when more people get to a higher level and the average gold also increases, well then the price will also increase for these. And light feathers will be important for all of WoW Classic Hardcore, as you use these as a mage for slow fall and as a priest for levitate. So when there will continue to be a demand for an item and the average gold the player has also increases, well then the price for these will also increase. The large fang is a material you need for the Great Rage potion. A potion that will not only be useful when you level up, but also at max level. Getting this amount of rage is huge, especially if you can't afford to purchase the better version. Therefore, investing into this material might be a good decision, especially if you can get them for less than 1 silver each. So remember, as an alchemist you can create these, level up your profession, and probably make a profit, or at least break even. When the first people will head into Blackwing Lair, Onyxius Lair, and Molten Core, then there will also be a demand for fire protection potions. There is a greater fire protection potion, but this I will talk about later in the video. The reason why the fire protection potions will be important is because there's going to be a lot of fire damage in the raids that I just mentioned. So if you don't bring any kind of protection potion, then there's also a way higher chance that you will end up dying. So yeah, there will be a demand for these potions at level 60. Therefore, I will also invest some gold into the small flame sack and probably convert these into the potions. And then the potions I will keep until more people reaches level 60, so I can also make a bigger profit. When the average player is in between level 30 to 35, they will also do Gnome again or be questing in Stranglethorn Whale. By then, the fuse wiring will also start to show up on the auction house. A material you will need for the Gnome's cloaking device, but also the repair bots. What we gotta remember is that you mainly lose your durability when you wipe on a raid encounter. But this is not going to be a thing on hardcore, because yeah, then you have to start all over. No matter what, then you will slowly lose durability even when you don't die. But this is also the main reason why I will not invest too much gold into the fuse wiring, because I don't believe there's going to be a big demand for the repair bots. One material there will be a big demand for is the elemental earth. You use this for restoration potions, greater nature protection potions, and also elemental sharpening stones. The sharpening stones will always be useful. The nature protection potions, mainly when people will attempt to do AQ 20 and AQ 40, and the restoration potions, well, these are useful for many different encounters where you need to dispel different things. Beside elemental earth being useful, then elemental fire will definitely also be something I will invest into. These are used for the greater fire protection potions that I talked about earlier, but also increasing your fire resistance on your cloak. In the beginning of hardcore, and when people will finally attempt to do some raids, then fire protection potions will be way more useful compared to, for example, nature protection potions. And overall elemental fire will just be a bit more expensive. Therefore, I will also invest more gold into elemental fire compared to elemental earth. In Eastern Plaguelands, you can kill creatures that has a chance to drop the Liable asset. This is a higher level material that you use for the pre-raid business slot healer cloak. A cloak that is crafted by leather workers. Each of these cloaks requires 8 Liable assets, so there will definitely be a demand. But remember, we also gotta wait for people to level up leatherworking and so before there will be a demand for the material. Therefore, you might also be able to purchase them for a bit more than winter price at the beginning. Before I talk about 10 more things we can invest into, then I would also like to highlight that I've currently been working on a new project, my WoW Classic Hardcore Gold Making Guide. This will of course also work for those of you that play on WoW Classic era. It's a 30 pages long document with many different investment opportunities, raw gold making, professional gold making, and things you can farm and post on the auction house. But yeah, for more information about the guide, make sure to check out the description. Another higher level material you'll collect when you reach level 50 and above is going to be the iron web spider silk. This material is used for crafting many different things that allow the tailor to also reach level 300. And at level 300, and once you have done some CG runs, then you will also be able to craft the blood wine set. This is a great way to make gold, so where you purchase iron web spider silk, convert them into these and post them on the auction house. Therefore, there will also be a demand for the iron web spider silk. So if you can purchase them for almost the same as the vendor price at the start, then make sure to do this. The black lotus is probably one of the most expensive materials in WoW Classic. I used to sell these and made more than 60,000 gold. On hardcore, I also believe these will be so expensive, mainly because you use this material to craft the flask of petrification, a flask that will make you immune to any damage for 1 minute. So when someone, for example, ninja pull or try to wipe you in a dungeon or a raid, well, then you can leave the party, use this flask, and then get teleported out without dying. So if you make it to level 60 and you become a level 300 herbalist, then you probably also know what material you need to start farming. Another thing you should also pay attention to is the recipe for the Greater Fire Protection Potion. This drops in Lower Blackrock Spire from 2 different creatures. The drop chance isn't that high, so this is definitely something you could be investing into, or you could learn the recipe yourself and start making a profit from the fire protection potions. As an Alliance player, I used to flip these leather helms on the neutral auction house. The reason for this is because as an orc warrior, you already have a racial that increases your axe specializations. So getting more axe skills also allow you to have a lot higher chance to hit the enemy and also get a glancing blow. So even though this item is only level 33, then you'll see people at level 60 use it. And of course, as an Alliance player, it's not going to be useful. Therefore, you can also purchase it cheaper on this faction and then resell them to the Horde player. Cassandra's Grace is a level 42 cloth head, but look at all the bonus healing it provides. This is also useful at level 60. So make sure to also pay attention to this item, because the moment more people reaches max level, then they also want to start healing and look for items that increases their healing. At the northern part of Western Plaguelands, you will find this tower. In the tower, you can find the Scarlet Spellbinders that has a chance to drop the formula Enchant Weapon Crusader. This formula used to sell for around 100 to 200 gold, so if you can get it a lot cheaper, then make sure to also invest into it. In Classic, there isn't many different wands that either increases your healing, shadow damage or frost damage. So if you get a higher level wand at above level 55 and they either have one of these stats, then make sure not to vendor it right away, because you can easily resell these for anywhere between 100 to 250 gold. There's also different feats and helms that also increases these stats. If so, then you can probably also sell them for quite a high amount. We're not talking about the same as the wands, but it's definitely not going to be the vendor price. In case you would like to see similar content or other things related to WoW Classic gold making, then make sure to subscribe so you get notified the next time I post a video. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace!